Hello everyone, this is your tutor, Gas Madrid. So today here is a question that I have. It's coming from series, specifically geometric progression. Okay, to start with, a geometric progression is a sequence in which every term after the first term is found by multiplying the preceding term by a constant called the common ratio. So this is an exam question. It reads, the sum of n terms of a geometric progression, GP, is given by 10 minus 10 over 2 power n. So here, this question is simply telling us to forget about any other formula that you know which can help you find the sum of a geometric progression, but rely on this formula which has been given, which is 10 minus 10 over 2 power n. This is the formula to use in this particular question. So the first question is saying, find the sum of the first 4 terms of this GP. Find the sum of the first 4 terms of this GP. The second question is saying, find the first term. Then the last question is saying, find the first 4 terms. So these are the questions that we have. Okay, I'll start with the first one, which is saying, find the sum of the first 4 terms. Find the sum of the first 4 terms. So according to the question, I've been told that I have to use this formula, Sn equals 10 minus 10 over 2 power n. So that is the formula I have to use in this question. I'm taking my n to be 4 because I've been told to find the sum of the first 4 terms. So that's why I've put my n to be 4. Then I will replace this n in the formula, this 4 in the formula. So I'm going to have, this is what I'm going to have. Then this 2 will be to the power 4. From there, 10, I'll just drop it. I'll say 10. Then 2 to the power 4, 2 power 4 means 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, which is 2 times 2, we can have a 4, and then this also has a 4. Then finally, 4 times 4, it will be 16. So we are going to have 16 down there. Then from there, we're going to have 10 minus. We can reduce this number by dividing by 2. So we are going to have a 5 there. Divide this by 2, we're going to have 8. Then we have this. We put a 1 there, and then we'll put a common denominator for 1 and 8, which is 8. Then we'll say 1 into 8, it is 8 times 10 on top, minus 8 into 8, it is 1 times the 5 which is on top. Then from there, this is 80 minus a 5 over 8. Then from there, 80 minus 5, it is 75 over 8 as our sum of the first 4 terms. So this is how we can find the sum of the first 4 terms of this geometric progression. Remember, we are just relying on the formula which has been given. Okay, we can go to the next question. So the next question is saying, find the first term. Find the first term. Okay, we are finding the first term. Look at what we have. This is what we have. The information that has going to be given here is the sum of the first sum of the terms. So I just want to make us be reminded that if you have got terms, the sum will be found by adding those terms. So now, in a situation whereby you have only one term, in a situation whereby you only have one term, this will give you the sum of one term. Therefore, if you are looking for the sum of the first terms, it is the same as saying the first term. So I'll come again. If you have got a number of terms, finding the sum is simply adding them. But if you have only one term, then the sum of the first terms is still that same term. So in simple language, I'm trying to say that sum of one term is the same as the term itself. Sum of one term is the same as the term itself. So I'll go for the formula which has been given. Then I'm taking my n to be 1. Why 1? Because I want to find the first term. If I only have one term, then the sum of that term is the same as the term itself. Therefore, my first term, which is represented by letter A, equals 10 minus 10 over 2, then the n is 1. The first term, represented by letter A, it's 10 minus 10 over 2, which is 10 minus 2 into 10, which is giving me a 5. Therefore, A equals 5, because 10 minus 5 is still 5. So that is how we can find our first term. That is how we can find our first term. Remember, the sum of one term is the same as the term itself. If you're adding one term, then there's nothing you're going to combine it with. So the sum of the first term is simply the first term itself. So that is the principle which we have used here to come up with the first term. Question number 3 is saying, find the first 4 terms. So here we are looking for the first 4 terms. Remember, we do not have any other formula apart from the formula which they have given us, which is Sn equals 10 minus 10 over 2 power n. This is the only formula that we have been given, and we cannot use this other formula for finding terms, which is a n minus 1. We cannot use this formula. Why can't we use this formula? Because we are unable to find the r. Remember, r is found when you have got 2 consecutive terms, then you divide the term in front by the one which is just behind it. So that's how we can find r. But in our case, we do not have any 2 terms which has been given. Hence, we are going to rely on this formula. So I'm going to create another video which is going to talk about how to find the first 4 terms. So for now, we end here, but just search downwards, you find the video which is going to talk about how to find the first 4 terms relying on this formula. Okay, thank you very much.